This meeting is being recorded.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Hello guys, how are you doing?
Alaikum assalam.
Alhamdulillah.
So for today we are going to present our final task for the project, which is the hotel management system. We have gone through different phases this semester. In the previous phase, we went through the implementation of the code, and now we are going for the last modification, which is including the different topics we had in the final weeks, which are the polymorphism and the inheritance and what else? I don't think that's it. So we're going to present what we did today, our classes. And first of all, we want to thank Dr. Mohammed for making this possible and for his different guidance and wisdom for solving the different tasks throughout this course. And without him, we couldn't have made this possible. And shall we proceed with the next slide? So we go. And now we will discuss the first modification in our system, which was made by our friend Abdalla. And now he will introduce to us what he did new in this classes.
Okay, first of all, in the class hotel and room, we're going to speak about class hotel. So in the attributes, the string name and location became a constant. So in the constructor itself, it being altered to a constant. Also in the attribute, we added a vector of rooms, which is consists of list of rooms as a vector. We also added a private method, which is finding a room. So you can find a room. For the method itself, for booking a room, it changed from having a room argument or a room reference argument to no arguments. The checkout also from having a room reference as an argument to no argument. Adding a room now it's a new method that returns like it's a void method, and get available room, which is a new method that returns an integer type. For the classroom itself, we altered the type to a constant from just a string to a constant string, also in the constructor as well. And we also added a virtual destructor because of the inheritance. We update and the method update status also became virtual. And there's a new method that returns an integer, which is getting the room number. And there's a method to check if the room is available. It's called. It's a constant that returns a boolean. In the derived classes, in the single room and double room and suite, we overridden the display info from the main class or from the parent class. That's all.
So thank you, Abdullah. And now we go to the next classes, which is the customer and staff classes. They are made by our friend Musab, so he will introduce to us what he did differently this time.
Okay, for what's new in this page for the class customer and class staff? Okay, first of all, class customer and class staff are class that are derived from the normal class or a base class, which is person. In class person, let's look at class person. First of all, we have deleted attributes of name and contact information and made them constant. So since we have changed attributes, we have changed the constructor also to accept these new attributes. For the method, we added a new method which is get name to get a new string, and for the update contact information and display information, we made them virtual. Also, we added a destructor which is for the class person. For class staff, in the methods, we added a new method which is get staff ID to get a string, and we override display information method. And for class customer, we made an override for both update contact information and display information methods. This is what I have done new in this phase.
Okay, thank you, Musab. Now we go to the next classes, which are the booking and payment classes, which was made by our friend Mohammed Adil.
Okay, in these classes, which is the booking and payment, as a byproduct or from the polymorphism and the inheritance that we have added in the methods, we have added couple of methods, which is the calculate total. It's become virtual. We have virtual calculate total and also virtual display booking details. Also, the booking, the get booking ID, it's a new string. Also, get customer, it's became it's to it's for the new customer object. Also, to get room, and it's constant. Also, to call for a room object, and the previous one get customer, it's also for to call for the customer object. And here we have two derived classes, which is the long term and also short term. Also, we have the attributes, which is long term booking, and it's in double. Also, we have the discount. And in the methods for these derived classes, we have the calculate total, and it's overridden. This for the first class, which is booking, and in the second class, which is payment, we have the attributes. It's protected for inheritance. This means that it's only accessed by the derived classes, and it's not accessed out of the class. And in the methods, we have couple of virtual. We have added a couple of virtual methods, which is refund payment, also display payment details, and process payment. Also in payment class, we have two draft classes. That means we have two ways to pay, which is the cash and also credit card payments. In the attributes, we have the credit card payments. It's a new attribute in a string. Also, we have card number. And in the methods, we have process payment, and it's also overridden. This is all about the booking and payment classes.
Thank you. And now I shall proceed with the service and feedback classes, which I was the one who coded them. So first of all, for the class service, I made the attributes protected for inheritance reasons so that the derived classes only can access them, not outside of the scope of the classes. I also made all of the methods virtual for inheritance reasons. I also added a virtual destructor, which is the service destructor. This is a syntax mistake. We wrote wrong, but it is service.
Yeah.
I also
destructor.
added, I also added a new method, which is the calculating of the total cost of the service, which will return a double variable. I also made the derived classes, which is the class SPA and room service. They have new attribute, which is the meal type for the room service class and the duration in minutes for the spa service class. I also override the calculate total cost for each of the classes of the derived classes to include the meal type and the duration in minutes to calculate the new total. In the feedback class, I made the attributes protected also for the same reason. I also made the character pointer or constant string reference. I also made all of the methods virtual for inheritance. I also made new derived classes, which are the room and surface feedback. The attribute for the room feedback is a new attribute. It's called room number. I also added a new attribute for the surface feedback, which is the surface type. I also made the display feedback overridden in the derived classes to include the room number and the surface type feedback. So I think that's all for what we made today for the different 8 classes in our hotel management system. And thank you all for working with me. It has been an honor working with you guys, and I think
honor is all mine.
We will keep being in contact, and I hopefully work with you guys again in the future.
Inshallah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. See you soon.